Hey G Squad, welcome back to an episode of Is It Worth It? Today's episode, we have this cool right here, and pretty much what this is the camera. If you can see, for the one that we got right here is the Sony RX100, and this is one of the newest camera that they do have. I actually wanted this camera for quite some time, but I keep dragging it out because I do have like the Canon G7X, which is what I'm using right now. And after doing some research on this camera, I feel like this one performs a lot better, even though I haven't tested it out yet. Like when you guys look at the specs that's on here, it's actually very similar in terms of what you guys do get for the Canon G7X Mark III. So it is 20.1 megapixel. It has a very strong sensor. The lens that's on here is 20 to 200 mm, and it does have an f-stop of 2.8 to 4.5. It does have real-time tracking, real-time eye autofocus, blackout-free shooting. It has a headphone jack option or microphone jack option, and it does have a tiltable screen just like the Canon G7X Mark III. And for the product, it does have Dolby Audio and it allows you guys to record in 4K. So obviously for this camera, it's a compact camera. It's not like a regular camera where you give you guys the option to change the lens. This one does not. So for this camera in particular, it's very convenient for you guys to bring along when you guys are traveling. Maybe if you guys want to do a vlog. And when you guys do the comparison between this one and the Canon G7X Mark III, this one is almost double the price of what you guys pay for this one for the Canon G7X Mark III. But first I'm going to open this up to show you guys what the inside looks like. So the first thing inside, they do provide a warranty card and a user manual to teach you guys how to use it. And the inside, you can see we do have everything else. Let's take all of it out. So inside, they do give you guys a wrist strap option that you can use if you guys want to. They do give you guys a USB to micro USB cable. They can probably use to transfer data, or you can probably use it to recharge the device as well. And right here, they do give you guys a charger. If you guys take it out, here is a charger that you can use to recharge the camera, which is very convenient. So it's a 2-plug option for USB. Inside right here, you can see they do provide a battery. If you guys do take it out, here is the battery you can use for the actual camera. So it's MPBX1. And next thing inside, they do provide the accessory if you guys need to use as well. And the very last thing, we do have the camera. You can see how it's all nicely wrapped up. But if you guys do take it out, once you guys do take it out, here's what the product looks like. So you can see on top right here, it does have the brand name Sony. Right here, it does say Zeus. Front part right here, we do have the lens. And also tell you the f-stop that's on here as well. Right here on top, we do have an indicator light to show you guys when working or not. When you guys turn on the other side, here is the back. So right here, we do have a screen for you guys to use to see everything on here. And then here we do have different buttons that you can use, just like any other camera. So the charge button, menu button, FN button. We do have a scrolling option here, the middle button, and etc. Right here is the recording option for movie. If you guys are at the top right here, we do have the power button. We do have the photo button for you to take a photo. We do have the zoom in and zoom out option on top. And right here, we do have the option for you to change different settings in terms of what you guys want to use. Whether if you guys want to use auto mode, program mode, movie mode, etc. It's all on here. And then right here on top, we do have the switch for you guys to take out the flash option. So you guys to open it. You can see how it does pop out. And then that is what the flash looks like when you guys to pop it out. Once you guys are done, you guys can push back in. Just like that. Very easy and very simple. And then right next to the flash option right here, we do have a finder option, which is really cool. Because not a lot of cameras give you guys the option. So the way how it's open it is right here on the side. If you guys do pull it down, it does pop out. And then here's the finder option that you use, which is pretty cool. Once you're done using it, you can push back in. Very easy and very simple. And top right here, it does have the name of the product. It tells you guys 4K, cyber shot, and etc. On the side right here is where you can put a lanyard option or wrist strap option if you guys want to use it. And I believe for the product, it does give you the NFC option for you guys to connect it if you guys want to. On the side right here, we do have different output that you can use as well. So let's to open it. The first one right here looks like a headphone jack or aux jack option that you use for the microphone. So once you got it done using it, you can close it back up. Very easy and very simple. Next one that we do have right here is this option if you guys need to use it. So I'm assuming that is where you can plug in cable to recharge it if you guys want to, which we'll test out in a second. And then for the last one is the HDMI option if you guys want to use that. And then same thing on this side, if you see that does give you the option to use the lanyard or wrist strap option. So there's one on this side and one on the other side. If you see the bottom right here, they do give you guys the option to use the tripod option if you guys want to. And then here's the compartment for you guys to open up. So you guys to open it. That is what the inside looks like. So that is where you can put the SD card and a battery when you guys do use it. Right now we have nothing inside, so it will not work. So let's put it inside first. So let's put in the battery, push it all the way until it snaps in. Once it snaps in, now you can put an SD card. So when you do purchase the product, it does give you the option to just buy a camera by itself, or you can get this option. When I purchased it, it gave me this extra accessory that I can use, which is pretty cool. So it does provide me a 64GB SD card and a little case to hold it, which is pretty nice. I'll show you the case in a second. Let's open this up and put it inside. So I'm going to cut on top right here. And I want to take it out. You guys want to open this up. Once you guys open up, you guys want to put this in. So you just want to slide it inside just like this. Push it all the way. Close it up. And it's all set. So now we're ready to start using it. So I do turn on. So once you turn on, it'll tell you how to set it up. So you guys want to complete the step on here first. And it'll give you guys a QR code to scan to actually download the app, which is called the Imaging Edge. So if I don't have it, you do want to download that first in order for you guys to use a lot more stuff for the camera. So you can see it is loading. And there we do have the lens. So you can see once you guys open it, this is what the lens looks like. Definitely looks pretty high quality when you guys do use it. And then right here is what the camera looks like. So you can see it does show you guys a lot of stuff on here when you guys do use it. Depending on what mode you guys do use, you do have the option to select different things on here. So feel free to play around with everything on here if you guys need to adjust it. And if you guys want to zoom on here, you can see it does go pretty far. And here's what it looks like in the front. So the zoom on here definitely goes much further than what you guys get for the Canon G7S Mark III, which is really cool, especially for such a small device. And like I mentioned for the screen, if you guys want to tilt it up, you do have the option available, which is pretty cool. So that way, if you guys want to vlog, you do have the option available. And not only does the screen go like this, if you guys want to bring it down, it does go pretty far down, if you can see. And you can feel free to actually bend it around if you guys do need to, which is pretty nice. And then same thing like the Canon G7S Mark III, it does have a touchscreen option. You can see. So that way you can press where you guys want to focus, which is really convenient. So now that we show you guys everything that's on here, let me change the camera from what I'm using right now to this one right here and show you guys the difference. Alright, so now we're recording with the new camera. If you guys can see, the image quality on here definitely looks a lot better and it looks a lot more high quality when you guys do look at it compared to my Canon G7S Mark III. So you can see there is a huge difference when you guys use this one versus my Canon G7S Mark III. The video quality and everything looks a lot better when you guys use it on here compared to the other one. And if you guys are curious about what my old camera that I'm talking about, which is this one right here. So this is the Canon G7S Mark III. So this is the one that I've been using all the time. And the one thing that I noticed immediately once we do use it, and immediately the first thing that I do notice once I do change the camera is the fact that for the autofocus on here, it works so much better. Like when I do use it on here, if I actually move the camera away, it automatically focuses on my face immediately. And once I move it to the product, it focuses on the product really fast. So that's actually really cool because when I do use it on here, it takes a while to focus, which is very inconvenient when I do record stuff on my actual camera, especially when I do like product reviews. Let me do one more test. So you can see me right now. If I do bring this over, it automatically focuses immediately. If I do move away, it focuses on my face. So the product works really well and I love the autofocus on here when we do use it. I think I'm gonna start using this camera a lot more than my Canon G7S Mark III because everything about it works so much better for what I do need to use it for in terms of product reviews, vlogging, etc. One thing that I do want to mention about the Canon G7S Mark III, which is pretty nice, is the way how they design it. They do give you guys an option right here for you guys to hold it really easily. That will give you guys a very good grip, whereas Sony does not have the option. So that's one downside of using the product. Like I mentioned earlier, the one good thing about the Sony camera is the fact that it does give you guys an option to plug in cable to charge it, whereas for this one it does not. So I'm going to change the camera again to show you guys how to actually charge the Sony camera using the cable that's provided. So like I mentioned earlier, I can show you guys the case. So I'll take it out to show you guys how it works. So in the front part right here, we do have the brand name. If you guys do open it, once you guys do open it, that is what the inside looks like. So they do give you guys the wrist strap option for you to tie it. And the inside, they do give you a slot for you to put in camera. And they do have the compartment for you to put in like a cable and a battery inside, which is really convenient. So I do put the camera inside. You can see how much space is inside. But once you guys close it up, that is what the box looks like. So you can see how it's pretty secure once you guys do put it inside. And the materials on here is a high quality material. So even if you guys do drop the case, your camera is protected inside, which is really nice. So that is what the case looks like if you guys are interested. Alright, so once you do plug in cable, let me show you guys how to know when it's charging. Alright, so right here we do the cable plugged in. If you see at the top right here, it does show you guys that it's charging. So that is how I know when it is charging. But you can see when you guys do plug in cable, it does allow you to charge it, which is very convenient. And the cool thing about this camera is the fact that it does allow you guys to use the 4K option, 1080p option, and you guys can use the normal HD option as well. If you see right here on the screen. So feel free to play around with it and see how you guys want to use it. Like let's do go back. You do have a lot of options on here for you to change and play around with to get the correct setting for what you guys want to use it for. And also, like I mentioned, for this product, allow you guys to connect it under Wi-Fi if you guys want to use that as well. So that is everything that's on the product. Now to go unboxing and test the product. Now to answer the question of whether or not it's worth it or not. So for this product, I do have to say that it's pretty worth it. If you guys want to need one of these, especially if you guys in the market looking for a high quality camera that can give you guys a very high quality image, high quality video quality, and a better autofocus compared to what you guys get on the Canon G7X Mark III, then I do have to say that it's pretty worth it. But then obviously for those of you guys who don't want or don't need one or have one of these, obviously don't buy one and save your money on something else actually do need. So that's basically everything for this video itself. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button in the bottom. That will definitely help this video out, and it will definitely help with the algorithm as well to promote more videos for you guys so you guys can see more of the videos or similar videos as well. But as always, make sure to stay positive, be you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Is It Worth It? Peace.